it was just that opportunity to be free, free to explore, to have ideas and implement it. Just or you're thinking about it, you could do it. I think it was very empowering for me at the time, and I think that every young person should be able to have that experience. You basically believe that you can do a lot.
Hi, welcome to another exciting episode of the HIBI podcast, a podcast where I chat with entrepreneurs and professionals about how they've built their careers, the ideas, the people, the processes that has helped them achieve success. And today, I'm excited to be chatting with a professional, an entrepreneur who has built his career over the past 10 years in program management, business development, and now he's founder and CEO of an e-commerce platform that allows people to sell their goods and services online. And I'm talking on none other than Kelvin, founder and CEO of Bumpa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So the first thing I typically do on this show is to, throw something straight at you. And what that is of all the things that you've done in your career so far, what do you think has been the most impactful?
I have always been impact driven, so I must say that most of the things that I've been involved in have been impactful in different ways. So right now I'm building Bumpa, which is impacting the economy, supporting small businesses, thousands of businesses, actually developing and growing their business on a day-to-day basis. So I'll say this is the most impactful, in terms of the broader scope of when you think about impact.
So the idea to first of all start your career and become an entrepreneur, where did all of that come from?
I would not say that I mapped out my career this way. To be honest, I never did. But I've been this person that would usually start things. I would like to create the future that I want to live in. So I started my first company while I was in university. There was a problem that I saw, which was that all university students had to go to the notice board to get information from the lecturers or the school authorities, and I decided to join hands with my friends to basically build a solution at the time called Voice App. So I've always been a starter. I never knew that it would lead me to entrepreneurship. I started coding, early on. So it was, I don't think I have, one defining moment that says, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. No, it was basically a journey of need.
Okay, so given that you didn't have all of this figured out from the jump or the scratch, what then were the things that kind of like set you up and help you figure out like, okay, this is where we want. Now that I'm kind of like feeling my way through this journey, these are the things that I need to learn. These are the resources that will help me kind of like be able to build this sustainably.
I think just looking backwards, I was not necessarily working towards this. So it's not like I was picking the pieces and putting it in place as I went on. But I had to do something where I was thinking through the fact that most of the things that I've done in my past have basically prepared me for what I'm currently doing. So being involved in building communities have made me very people-driven. Being involved with running programs has made me super organized in terms of managing projects and engaging with partners. So basically all the things I've done have actually led me here rather than me planning these things towards, I want to be an entrepreneur, so I have to do this, then do that, do this. No, it was basically, I at each time I have been focused on specific things. So at some point I was actually, all my being was focused on education. like I was literally focused. Everything was focused on education, and I joined TechQuest, an organization that helped with training young people in STEM education. My life was actually in STEM education, So today I'm doing commerce. It feels like
in a different world.
I'm in a different world, but looking at the core of those things, it's like, what was I doing there? I was building communities, I was working with people, I was dealing with partners, I was, drafting budgets and raising funds in a different way, because that was a non-profit. But all those things, I'm still doing those things today, but for a different cause.
That's really interesting. So, also one of the things that I've seen, just in kind of like how people succeed and grow, is that other people play like either like little part, but most of the time it's like great part. So, who are the people and partnerships that have helped you to get to this point?
There's a long list. there's definitely a long list. I would say it started from my friends. Just having friends that believed in me back then in school. So we joined hands together to build, the first company. I think there were 6 of us. All of them are doing pretty well right now. From Ademola to Perfect, Makonju to Hanio to Nero to George. Very brilliant people today. Most of them, actually all of them are developers today. and none of them are in the country anymore, really. But I would say there are critical people like Anyedi. Anyedi works, manages programs for Africa, developer programs. Anyedi secretly gave me like an apartment when I finished school. Not that he gave me, like there was something he wanted to do, and he basically tried to recruit me from school, and that was like one of the key things that changed my life. My first MacBook was given to me by E. Aboyeji.
Oh wow!
Yes, so
shout out E.
I also started working with OO when he started Oyameko Group. In his very first one, I reached out to him via Eventbrite, telling him that I want to volunteer, and it has spun into a 5-year-long relationship now, where I've been working with him year on year. So there's also Charles Membolu, who is the founder of TechWest, where I worked. He gave me literally the opportunity to lead the organization, and basically prepare me for what I'm doing now. So I think those are like 4 people that I think that have been super critical to my journey and growth so far. Yeah,
those are the OGs.
now for building Bumpa, like Okweawo has been my, should I say, one of my strongest pillar. So yeah.
Those are actually good people. Most of them I know. So the other question is like, what outlets or channels have helped you express your creative abilities and entrepreneurial drive the most?
I'll say first was probably the school setting. There's a thinking I had when I was going into school. I said, the school is just like a small world. It's a small version of the world. So the things that I want to be able to do out there in the world, I should be able to do it in school. It's like a controlled environment to perform the kind of experiments I want to do. So building a company, all those things, I could do it there. Recruit people, should I say, find users, get money, get paid, all those things I can do it in that. I'd say that was like the first platform that helped me to express my creativity. I would say other things like the communities that I was a part of. There's a community called iLab back then when I was in school. Most of my friends, that's where we were. We were basically working on robotics project, coding. It was like we were basically living there. It was like just a small place where there were just guys doing things, and I think that helped me a lot in expressing. My final project was a robotic arm. I literally did it in that same place, and that's because I had the experience from doing it all through while I was in school. So those are places I know that have helped me express myself and my creativity. Maybe TechQuest. Awesome. TechQuest again. Charles Membolo literally gave me the opportunity to basically drive things, bring up my ideas, And this was early on. I literally just left school, worked at Postcabal, and then joined TechQuest. So I did not necessarily have as much experience that I should have for the kind of role that I was into. Yeah, so it was a big one, and he was there with me throughout the journey. So I think that place basically gave me the opportunity to express. I think those are the key areas.
So, what in your character or demeanor, or what traits do you think you possess that have served you really well in this journey?
If I ask someone, they'll say because I'm an Igbo man.
So, but for audiences that don't understand what that means, what is it in that being an Igbo man? Like, can you dissect it and say, this is what it is?
And so I think I have always been a people person. Early on when I was in school, my friend Shops, Peter Mokai, he gave me a book called The Art of Managing People. I was just starting out, and that book I think changed how I thought about engaging with people. And I literally became this person that wanted to build communities, work with people. It's like I understood it a little bit differently. And that book, I've never found a book till today. Again, like it was a physical copy he gave to me. He said it was his aunt, and I still remember the author's name. It's a crazy thing. Like it's a crazy book, and this was just back then in 200 level. So I would say probably it will be the fact that I'm a people person. I want the best for the people that work with me. I think that has helped. Maybe my energy too. Most people say like I have a very good energy in terms of being able to. I think the kind of energy that inspires people to want to do things. So that might be helpful. Other things might be maybe negotiation or should I say charisma? I think I have some of those traits that probably have gotten me here.
That's super. I mean, that sounds very interesting. So, what role or position out of all the multiple ones that you've had over your career has given you the opportunity to show your best work? TechQuest. So can you elaborate more, like why specifically do you feel that TechQuest gave you the opportunity to do your best work?
So again, as I mentioned, it was just that opportunity to be free to explore, to have ideas and implement it. Or you're thinking about it, you could do it. I think it was very empowering for me at the time, and I think that every young person should be able to have that experience. You basically believe that you can do a lot. Yes, you have someone there that can guide you, but you also have the freedom to
make your own mistakes.
Yes, so I was dealing with partnerships with MTN, with IHS. These are very big organizations, and I will go there and I'll be presenting. This is someone that at this time I've not even done NYC. So writing proposals that was winning grants money, in millions now. So I think that was very empowering. I was traveling to different states, building communities. We wrote a paper that, we went to present in Thailand. I was invited to Germany for, literally, I think it was very empowering, enlightening experience. I think that might actually be that critical role for me. Most people have this critical role that
just takes them from that level and transcends them to a different one.
Exactly. If I hadn't taken that role, I probably would not be where I am. So that's how I say that role was literally an anchor role for me. So I'm very thankful to Charles and
That's why I always say people are very important.
Very important.
So what are some of the challenges that you faced so far in your career to date, and how and how did you overcome it?
Challenges.
Or not, it doesn't have to be many. It could just be one. This one that's nagging. But it could be multiple as well.
No, I think the one that has shown his head a few times is probably switching careers. So it was a very tough decision to make where I had built something in the STEM space. I was literally known as that STEM guy, in the community. Because STEM has not necessarily taken its place. Tech in general has is more out there. And people that do training, they don't necessarily have that. But I already had that even on the international scene. I was already being invited, as I mentioned, I was in Germany. I was invited all expense paid trip to just be a part of a paper that was being written. They wanted to engage me on a wider Africa. And, that was a lot more money, but I had to make a decision to leave all that because I realized that I wanted to be a part of the entrepreneurship scene. Yes. So I think that was a very big challenge for me at the time, trying to pick up, whatever it is.
So like you built a mansion and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go live in that house.
And I'm gonna build that. So I left that to join CC Hub, Cooperation Hub, where I was the program manager supporting early stage startups. That has also been critical to me now being an entrepreneur, a startup myself. The same support I've been able to provide to them is what I'm probably providing to myself now. So I would say, just doing that switch, I think I've done that multiple times now. I studied mechanical engineering. Yes, I was a developer. I had to change that. I became a community manager. I left that. I had to become a program manager. I left that. I had to become the head of business development at TechWest, managing partnerships. I left that. I went up to program management at CC Hub in a new space, for entrepreneurs. And I left that now, and I am an entrepreneur. So it's like, I think I called it disrupting myself. I have been able to disrupt myself in what I know that, this is me and this is what I know about myself. I can literally leave all that and, reinvent myself.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I think it has been challenging, but I think that's how I've been able to, scale.
So given all you've been able to accomplish so far, what is on the horizon for you over the next 5 to 10 years, and what is the plan to achieve it?
For someone like me, 5 to 10 years is very long. It's very long. But I would say one of the key things for me is, building Bumpa to the point where we can support millions of small businesses, across different emerging markets in the world, helping them grow, reducing the poverty on the continent. I'd also say it would be, trying to put Africa on the map, in the commerce space and also the tech talent space. I have been involved in the tech talent space for a very long time. Maybe right now a little bit silent now because I'm focused now more on Bumpa, but I founded a community called Continents Club with over 5,000 developers and designers today. So yeah, it would be, I want to be able to see a lot more people, like I use my brothers as I have 2 younger brothers. One is a dev, becoming a dev now, he's part of a program now. The other one is already a badass UI UX guy, so I want to be able to see that, at scale. A lot more people, being able to build the future that they want. I want this to happen, and we're already seeing that now with a lot more people starting up, people like myself, and we have people to thank for that. While I was in school, there are people that I was looking up to. I was looking at the likes of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. But after school, I had close examples. I had the likes of Charles Member, Okwe, Yinka, the founder of Number, that became my Number. It was literally my senior in school. Like I literally, it's people that you can see and touch and feel.
So it's not some faraway story.
It was no longer a faraway story. It felt like there was a lot more possibilities, and I think that even me being, my journey today is giving other people that possibility, knowing that they are able to do this, they're able to basically create the future that they want to be able to see. So I think that's very powerful.
That's really a great note to end it on. Thank you so much, Kelvin, for being part of the show.
Sure.
I hope we'll be able to do this sometime again soon.
Yeah, my boss, when you call me.
So that's the end of another exciting episode of the HIBI podcast. Subscribe to the channel, like it, follow me on all the social channels as Juwan_IO. And don't forget to subscribe to the Afro Laser YouTube channel. This has been an Afro Laser production, and we'll see you in the next one.
I want to plug in. If you're a business owner out there,
if
you're a business owner out there, we're literally building technology and communities to support you. So head on to bumpa.app, BUMPA, as you can see, .app. Sign up and let's help you. Let's take it to your next level.
You heard it here first.